Now I'm very happy to welcome Meredith Eib, who is the spokeswoman for the Baby Safe Haven program. Meredith, welcome.
Hi.
Thank you so very, very much for volunteering to do this.
Oh, no, thank you for having me.
Wow. Could you give us a little bit of a background? Maybe this would be a good way to start on your background and where you're from and what you're doing now and how you got involved in being selected to be the spokeswoman for this very, very important program.
Absolutely, absolutely. My name is Meredith Eib, like you said. I am a rising senior at the Catholic University of America's Benjamin T. Rome School of Music in Washington, D.C. I'm a musical theater major there, and I also am doing an interdisciplinary track for education. So I'm really interested in music education, theater, music, performing in both the New Hampshire and D.C. area. I'm also involved in a lot of service projects down in DC. I do a lot of work with the Best Buddies organization and Little Sisters of the Poor and Beacon House, which is an after-school tutoring program in DC as well. I'm originally from New Hampshire. I graduated from St. Thomas Aquinas High School over in Dover in 2013. So last year I sang for a Knights of Columbus event, and the state deputy, Wayne Griffin, was there. And he heard me singing, he liked my performance, I guess, and he mentioned to me this Baby Safe Haven law and that they were looking for a spokeswoman. So I thought it would be a really amazing opportunity to get to represent such a wonderful and fairly unknown law in the state of New Hampshire. I didn't really know anything about it before Wayne talking to me. So I'm really honored to have been chosen, and I'm glad to be able to do things like this in New Hampshire and talk about it on a broader scale.
You know what? I think Wayne Griffin made a great selection.
Thank you.
I could tell you're a perfect fit for being this spokeswoman. As you know, we just finished a conversation with Phyllis Woods, who was the prime sponsor on the bill back in 2003. Now, maybe you could give us a little bit of a snapshot of what the program is all about itself and how to implement it and kind of get into the details of the program.
Yeah, absolutely. So the program is all about a woman in New Hampshire knowing that she has the option of safely abandoning her baby if she finds herself in crisis within 7 days of the baby being born. So, like I said, within 7 days of a woman
That's an important point.
Yes, 7 days. It has to be within that week. If a woman finds herself struggling or in crisis or feels the need to abandon her baby, she can go to any safe haven location, which is any hospital, fire station, police station, or anywhere that has been designated a safe haven location, and she can safely abandon her baby by giving it to a first responder at that location.
And that's really a key point, as I understand, is the actual physical.
Yes, she has to physically hand the baby to a responder.
Right, okay.
So that the baby can then be medically checked out, make sure that everything's okay, and then before being held or handed over to the human resources. And
Okay. Have there been any cases in New Hampshire of such a turnover where, you know, babies have been saved. Can you share with the audience any stories or anecdotes?
Yeah, yes, we are aware of, I believe it's 3 safe abandonments since the law was passed, the most recent of which being at Portsmouth Hospital. So the law has been utilized in the state of New Hampshire, which we're really, really happy to see. And as far as I'm aware, we have not had any unsafe abandonments as well. So it's important that women know, though, about the law so that if they know someone who's in crisis or if they find themselves in crisis, they can utilize this law, which is there specifically for them.
Well, that's really what we're trying to do here today, is to create awareness.
Exactly.
So that, you know, people, women, become aware of this and understand that this could be an option, as you say, should they be in a crisis,
and the
kind of situation.
Yes, and the Knights of Columbus have taken on this this role of promoting or supporting the law in the state of New Hampshire, and by doing that, they've designated a spokeswoman, which is me, and they've also ordered or been in charge of ordering the signs for the safe haven locations.
Let's go back to the sign a minute here, Meredith. The understanding is that the signs are obtained through the local Knights of Columbus Council.
Yes.
They're the ones who have got the ability and the responsibility to procure the signs and to pay for the signs.
Yeah, that is correct. The Knights are providing a service by buying the signs,
Yes.
so to be put on the safe haven locations.
That's right. Tell us a little bit about maybe some of the things that you have planned or are in your mind as you go ahead with your duties as a spokeswoman. What are you thinking about doing to help promote further, the Baby Safe Haven program?
Yeah, well, the purpose of having a younger woman, such as myself, be the spokeswoman is that our target audience in reaching is women my age.
Yes.
Statistically, around the country, most abandonments happen with women who are 14 to 17 and then right after college. So my age, like 21 through 24.
Okay.
So having a young woman speak about this law gives other women in the state the chance to know that somebody their age is representing them, somebody with their experience perhaps is representing them, so that I can be closer to the women that we're trying to reach within the state. So I hope to do that by working very closely with the Knights. I'm very grateful for their support, and doing radio interviews around the state, interviews like this, so that people so that they know about the law here in New Hampshire. I don't want young women to be unfamiliar with Baby Safe Haven. I want them to know that it's an option for both themselves and their friends if they so need it.
Okay. So if anyone watching is interested in having you come on their program, on their radio program or TV program, you're ready to go.
Absolutely, yeah.
But what's the way to, how do we contact, Meredith? What advice would you want to give somebody in order to contact you to do that?
So I would say to go through the Knights of Columbus.
Okay.
Yeah, they are most in charge of supporting the law in this state right now and bringing it to the forefront. So I would go through the Knights of Columbus in order to have me at a radio or a TV appearance.
Okay. Have you done any other promotional activities to date?
Yeah, well, I'm really grateful to say that I was actually a part of the Miss America organization for 2 years. I was Miss Gate City here in New Hampshire.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, back in 2013, so a few years ago now, but I was Miss Gate City, so it's nice to be back near Nashua.
All right, now I got to stop you there. I've lived in New Hampshire a long time, but I haven't heard, who's Gate City? Which city is that?
Gate City is Nashua.
Ah, okay,
yeah.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I was able to compete on the Miss New Hampshire stage, which was really exciting. I won non-finalist talent there, and I also competed in Miss New Hampshire's Outstanding Teen the year prior, where I was in the top 5 and won talent. Yeah, so I've done a lot of work for the Miss America organization. In turn, I've done a lot with promoting arts education throughout both New Hampshire and DC. And at the moment, I've done a lot of music directing down in DC, so I've worked with area high schools and at my own college to music direct and be a part of kind of spreading arts education.
Well, you're absolutely a great fit, for this responsibility.
Thank you.
I am personally aware of some Knights councils that have already reached out, to their local first responders and have procured signs. Well, first they've gone to that first responder facility, the police station, the fire station, gotten approval, then ordered the sign, and so we're underway.
Yeah.
You know, we really are underway.
Absolutely.
The Knights are really excited about this program.
Yeah, and
very
I am
quite,
too.
You know, quite happy to be sponsoring it all.
Yeah,
So,
and it's wonderful, and I think that the New Hampshire law is unique in the sense that the woman does have to hand the baby to a live person, and that live person can then make sure that the woman in crisis is all right as well. You know, if you're handing the abandonment, or if you're handing the baby over
Yes.
to a live person, then potentially that woman who's in crisis could get the help that they need in that moment as well.
you just touched on something I think vitally important.
Yeah.
That it's not just the baby.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not just the baby. So
Yeah.
it's the mother who's also gonna get some attention here.
Yeah, the woman does have the option to
Yes.
be completely anonymous,
Right.
but I think
That is optional, right?
Yes, yeah,
Okay,
I think
all right.
that person-to-person contact gives that woman a really valuable resource to potentially get the help that they need in that moment as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this absolutely sounds like a terrific program.
Yes.
You know, something absolutely the right thing to do for the state of New Hampshire.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
In conclusion, do you have any other comments or recommendations or suggestions that you'd like to leave with our audience?
Well, it's important that women remember that if they do find themselves in crisis, or if they know someone who is in crisis, the hotline for Baby Safe Haven is 1-888-510-BABY.
Could you say that one more time,
Absolutely.
please?
1-888-510-BABY. And
Okay.
and then they can also call 911 and agree to meet a first responder at any location.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Boy, I'm glad we got that in there. All right.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Meredith, you're going to be a tremendous asset.
Oh, thank you.
know, a tremendous asset, particularly to the young women out there.
Yes.
To those in need.
Oh, I would
You
hope
know.
so. I'm grateful.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm grateful
gosh.
to be able to
Right.
represent them in this way. Yeah.
Right. Great job.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Yeah,
God
thank
bless
so
you
much
and
for
keep
having
up
me.
the great work.
Oh, thank you so
Okay,
much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.